I met a man at the train station once. He was sat under the little shelter thing with his dog sat next to him and a can of cider in his hands. And after a brief introduction, he explained to me that he didn't actually have a train to catch. He just liked to sit and watch them go by. I used to come down here with my wife and we would sit and watch the trains go by together. And I thought that's really mundane, but also really sweet. And so I was sat there with an image of this man, his dog and his wife, sitting there watching the trains go by together, and a story starts to come together in my head. I start to wonder things like, where did they meet? How long had they been together? What was her name? Who was she? Did he propose to her in the most romantic way possible, in a really fancy restaurant with 50 onlookers, a waiter and an old couple watching them? Or was it something small, intimate, just for the two of them? Maybe he rolled over one morning in bed and pulled a ring out from under the pillow and said, "Hey, sweetheart, I really like you. But you know what I would like even more? Is if we could spend the rest of our lives together." And she would say yes. And she would put the ring on her finger and they would laugh, and she would already be planning this floral arrangements in her head. And they would spend the rest of our lives together. Their lives together. And then he tells me that one morning he rolled over to find that his wife had had a heart attack in her sleep. And now every morning he goes down by himself to watch the trains go by alone. And so I'm sat there again, still with this image of this man, his wife and their dog sitting watching the trains go by together. Only now my romantic story feels a bit more like a tragedy, and I am just wondering how this man isn't just falling apart. I mean, fuck, I would be. I was 10 years ago, and I never saw him again. But I still think about him. Sitting on that platform with his dog, watching the trains go by with the ghost of his wife sat next to him.